I am Randi Fine, narcissistic abuse expert, coach to clients worldwide, author of this captivating memoir, Cliff Edge Road, the story of how I got to be involved in the narcissistic abuse movement, and this comprehensive book on narcissistic abuse, Close Encounters of the Worst Kind, the Narcissistic Abuse Survivor's Guide to Healing and Recovery. I am also the show host on Blog Talk Radio of A Fine Time for Healing, which I have been doing for a very long time, and I have amassed over 500 shows. So there's a lot of information that I put out there, and my website, randifine.com, actually offers you hundreds of articles as well. So you might want to check that out. Today, I am going to talk about the 3 things that can make someone vulnerable to becoming narcissistic prey. Narcissists don't have what it takes to build successful relationships. They are ruled by diabolical minds. Others are seen as extensions rather than separate individuals. And they don't believe you have your own thoughts, independent thoughts and desires and needs. Narcissists aren't capable of compromise. They're not capable of compassion. These are things that must exist in partnerships. They have no empathy. They are completely self-centered. So a romantic conquest is chosen by the narcissist for only one reason, and that is to meet his or her needs. True reciprocity in this relationship will never exist. They may become companions, but there will never be an actual partnership. A great deal of heartache could be avoided if we knew what we were up against from the start. But if we never experienced this kind of relationship before, or we don't have a working knowledge of the narcissistic mind, which most people don't, we cannot possibly know how to avoid it. A crucial part of the victim's healing process involves what makes the person vulnerable in the first place. And then it's important to learn how to strengthen those areas. Without this element, your patterns will repeat in future relationships, and the likelihood of being targeted again is colossal. We know that narcissists capitalize on others' weaknesses. They may initially exercise their prowess with strong, assertive, stable people, but individuals with solid self-esteem, self-respect, healthy self-love concepts, and clear boundaries quickly conclude that something is amiss. Their very selves begin to feel violated. They want no part of this and they walk away. Those who take their relationships with narcissists to the next level either do not have this radar system or don't trust the one that they have. So to avoid getting targeted or trapped by these narcissistic monsters, everyone should know what their proclivities are. So I'm going to talk to you about 3 different things that make someone vulnerable to becoming narcissistic prey. The first one, in general, narcissists prefer suitors who are sensitive, compassionate, trusting, thoughtful, and honest. These are wonderful traits to have. But if you have them, you have to be watchful. If not, these assets can turn into liabilities because narcissists recognize your sensitivity, your understanding. They know that you're going to let things go. They know that you're easygoing. So these are things that can make you very vulnerable. And these are not things you want to show when you're first meeting somebody. Narcissists have a keen ability to sniff out those who are going through a vulnerable period in their life and anyone willing to relinquish his or her personal power. So if you've come out of a bad relationship, say you had a wonderful marriage for 20 or 30 years and your spouse died, and now you're grieving, and you get out there, you're very vulnerable, and narcissists can smell it on you. So even if you don't have a background of abuse, if you're vulnerable in any way, you can become prey. And they also zero in on those who feel inferior, anyone who has poor emotional boundaries, anyone who feels undeserving of respect and happiness, and or those who enjoy playing a victim's role. The third one is people who were victimized in childhood, as I alluded to in the last one, those who had poor relationship models, or those who have a distorted view of love, of what romantic love is. These make you easy marks. If any of these characteristics describe you, you must beware of your vulnerability with personality disordered people. You may even want to work on some of these things now so you can bring a healthy mind into current and future relationships. Relationships stand the best chance of success when two whole people come together. So there's no accident, and as I said, if you're a strong person, you're going to figure this out pretty quickly. But if you're someone who has any of the three vulnerabilities that I just discussed, you have to be very careful. And there are ways to filter these people out. There are things to do. But I'll get to that in another video, so I don't have to make this too long. So those are the three things. Thank you for listening. I hope you will subscribe to my Randi Fine YouTube channel, hit the notifications bell, and so you'll get notified every time I post a new video. Please like my videos. I appreciate that. It helps YouTube know what you're interested in, and then share it with your friends. You can download my mobile app for Android or iPhone called Narcissistic Abuse Awareness. It connects you with everything that I do as soon as I do it. Visit my website, randifine.com. And I talked about my podcasts. You can listen to my podcasts recorded and live. I do 2 shows every week at blogtalkradio.com/Randi-Fine. Great to see you. Thanks for listening. See you next time. Bye-bye.